Good morning. Well, it's morning for me anyway. Let's see. Let's go over the chords. This week we did the first line, C, F, and G. C, you know. If you take your C and drop this finger down and this finger down, and then you want to try to take this finger and flatten it out. Now, you may have better luck getting it up on its side like that because the side of your finger is a little tougher rather than just doing this. And it's a matter of trial and error. But if you want, for the time being, you can get, and if that last string you can't quite get, as long as it's a dead note, you can use that as an F. And eventually you're going to try to get this down on its side a little bit so you get. But to get back to C, you just lift these two fingers back. And then the last chord was a G7th, which these two fingers now go down to the 5th and 6th, and this goes to the 1st. And that's all 6 strings. And F, by the way, was a 4-string chord. So you had C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, G7th, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. And then it was line 4 with A, D, and E 7th. I do A with 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. On the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, it's a 5-string chord. Okay. Some people do it with 1, 2, and 3, although I think those are kind of thick fingers to get in there. The third option is to put your first finger on the 3rd string, 2nd finger above it, and 3rd finger below it, and you kind of scrunch all 3 fingers into 1 fret. Whichever one works for you is fine. And we had an A chord to a D chord to an E7th, which was 1st finger on the 3rd string, 2nd finger on the 5th string. Get up on the tips as best you can and play all 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll save the 5th line for next time. And then we worked on Brown Eyed Girl. You can do it, start by doing just the top line for a while. You can just go G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D through 3, 4. If you do that for a while, that's 70% of the song. When you get a little bit better at it, you're going to want to do 4 strums of each. Hey, where did we go? 2, 3, 4. Days where the rains came. Down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and a running, skipping and a jumping, in the misty morning fog with our hearts thumping. And now here the chords are a little different order. C, 2, 3, 4, D, brown eyed to a G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4. You, my brown-eyed girl. There's another verse. It's the exact same chords, and then after the verse there's a little bridge where you go to the D. That's at the bottom of the page, and it's 4 measures, 4 strums each. 1, 2, do you remember? 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, when we used to sing sha la 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 la. And then you're just back to G, C, and G and D. And then we talked a little bit about strumming. I gotta grab a pick. And the strumming was just a matter of keeping your arm going up and down. Here's downstrokes. If you include the upstrokes, you get, sorry. Okay. If I leave out every other upstroke, I get this. Down, down, up, down, down, up. And remember, my hand is just doing this. It's just sometimes I'm skipping the upstroke or I'm not hitting the guitar on the way up. For this particular song, the strumming pattern that you could replace the 4 strums with was down, down, up, up, down. Down, down, up, up, down. I'll do it a few times in a row. Down, down, up, up, down. 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 G is a good one to use because you can play all 6 strings. You don't have to worry about missing a string. What happens if you have a D chord? That's only a 4-string chord. Well, it's not too hard to start on the 4th string and go down, but when you do an upstroke, it's hard to stop at the 4th string and not hit the 5th and 6th. So, generally speaking, when you do your upstrokes on chords that only have a few strings in them, just hit a few strings. Don't worry, it's a 4-string chord, but as long as you hit at least 2 or 3, you're okay. So I would go down, and then don't worry about getting all 4 on the way up. The down strums are the louder ones typically anyway. So if the upstrokes you hit a few, you miss a string or 2, that's fine, as long as you don't hit too many. All right? See you next week.